Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to another live where we cultivate more love and join our lives through self-development and selecting our perspectives. You choose who you are. When I say self-development, I don't mean that you have work to do on yourself. I mean literally realization and recognition of who you are choosing to be and how you are choosing to interact within yourself and then externally with people. So, who are you? What stories are you telling? I love that I started this live and immediately the mowing is happening. It's just ambiance, baby. That's the sound of summer. Hi, Mary. Hi, Scorp. Hi, Teo. Theodora. What a beautiful name. Anyway, okay. So, y'all, let's lock in for a second. You are the selector of your reality. When you are telling your body, I'm so healthy, think of how you're like sending that through you, like, oh yeah, I am so healthy. When you're like, I'm ill, I'm unwell, then that is what you are experiencing. Like, imagine like you're like, oh, I'm so sick. You're actually creating tension, dysregulation, other stuff, blah, blah, blah. 1 minute in and we've already been flagged for body exposure. That's some bullshit. I should be allowed to exist looking exactly as I am without it getting flagged. That's my complaint with TikTok. Anyway, let's manifest it differently. I think it's crazy that it's like body exposure and sexualized behaviors. A naked body is not inherently sexual, guys. It just exists. It just exists. That's food for thought. If you haven't thought about that, I'm inviting you to now. Anyway, got my SP back and the old version showed up and it pissed me off. What do? You got them back. Now the old version's showing up because you haven't stabilized in your identity of this is how they are. So do it. I'm stable. I'm happy. You know, nope, the perfect version of them. And when I'm selecting a version of a person, if I've selected like that they're like peaceful and whatever instead of angry, I'm going to choose internally, even if it comes up. How do I know if I've stabilized? You're not fucking going back to the old story. When the old story would slightly present itself, you'd hold and you'd be like, no, they're so peaceful, they're so consistent. They're so peaceful, they're so consistent, or whatever, you know? Just like if you are deciding I receive money every day and then you have something that comes up to challenge that, you don't go into, oh no, I didn't get money today. You stay, you're like, no, I receive money every day. I said so. So true. I hate to admit that. I was literally thinking, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Baby. Isn't that so funny? Isn't it good news that it's only you? It's only just you. It's only just me playing games with myself. I told myself that no matter what happens, if I waver, if I check, if I spiral, I still have it. And that's great too. And at the end of the day, it is a matter of like, stabilize, right? You're clocking me right now. Bye, I love you. It's my job. Literally, like, people say things and I'm like, it's literally in what you said, babe. But that's the thing, is when you're so in the story, it sounds normal to you. Like when my constant story was, I'm in so much pain and I hate my body, I hate my life, I didn't realize I was like literally like flooding myself with tension and stress, right? I had to create space actually in myself in order to recognize the difference. So now it's that space of like witnessing of like, hey, this is just a story, so tell a different one. Hey, Shelly. So I said I will quit vaping because it's bad for me, but what if I believe it's good for me, but then... I don't think... So I didn't say I'm quitting vaping because it's bad for me, because that was like a whole thing. I just said... number one, stopped saying I loved it. And number two, I was just like, oh, I just don't vape anymore. Not creating a story it's good or bad, just being like, I just don't vape anymore because I don't choose to. And then I'm like, if I do decide to hit someone's vape, if I'm out somewhere, I don't make it a big deal. I'm just like, cool, that was fun, not gonna get one, right? I don't need a vape. I don't desire a vape. I don't crave a vape. I'm not fiending for a vape, right? Because that's a thing, like when you start like, so just break the pattern by, what's the easiest story you could tell? Oh, I just don't want to, right? Because if you put it in a like, oh, I can't because it's so bad for me, you're already like putting a story on yourself as if like you've been hurting your body, which you're an infinite interdimensional being. So like, let's not even put that into the equation. Your body's perfect. You just don't want to vape because you don't want to vape. Is it possible for someone else manifest SP for me? It's all you, so you would be manifesting a projection of another person to manifest for you, which is still you manifesting. Can someone else manifest things for us, permanent things? I like that this is the question that's getting asked today by multiple people. Baby, it's you. So if that's your permission slip, if you really want to purchase someone to manifest for you, you're manifesting that they're manifesting for you. It's kind of like praying to a saint so that the saint then tells God. Do you know what I mean? When like omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent, there's already the awareness, but and that's coming from you having a lack of belief in yourself and your own ability to select and manifest, right? Can this person manifest for me because I don't want to like worry or struggle about it? Instead of just manifesting that you're the best manifester ever. And then it's like, so are you going to be reliant on other people to manifest for you the whole time? You're just manifesting that they're manifesting for you. And it's up to you to decide that it's successful, right? Are you going to fucking waver with it and be like, oh, well, it didn't work, so they didn't do it right? Like, how far into your victim shit are you going to stay? My husband has packed his shit and left the house. I want to manifest him back. He's got mental health issues. Okay, so affirm he's mentally healthy. Whatever needed to happen for him to resolve it, it resolved. Like, he's mentally healthy. You guys live together. You are with the perfect version of him, and you're the perfect version of you, and you're not casting mental illness upon him anymore. Like, you're literally like, wow, he's so healthy. He's so healthy. He's so happy. He's so emotionally regulated. He's so secure. He knows himself. Yeah, my pleasure, Taylor. Anybody wants to talk about our desires, OTP manifestation friends? Oh, that's cute. I also, guys, I started a Discord. I haven't promoted it a lot, but it's been in my like link tree for a while. If you wanted to join a Discord to chat manifestation, right? It's not going to be a place for complaining. It's going to be a place for manifestor power. Hey, why? Keep telling myself affirmations and deciding I keep falling back into the old story. You're deciding that you're falling back into the old story? Do you read what you just said? And deciding I keep falling back into the old story. I keep telling myself affirmations and then immediately I'm deciding I'm in the old story. That's cute of you. Are you going to keep doing this like flickering light thing, like wavering back and forth? It's like the that part in Sleeping Beauty with pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, blue. Pick a fucking color. Do you have it or do you not have it? Congrats. Is it for real that the thoughts don't manifest, but your response and reaction to it does? Guys, everything is consciousness. If you're conscious that it is manifested, then that's like what you experience. I think that if you are bothering to spend so much time thinking, is this true? Is that true? You have not sat with yourself and with the truth of consciousness. It's for you to witness yourself. Stop taking things other people are saying and deciding, well, this coach said this thing and this coach said that thing, but which one is true? Go within, dude. You are the creator. You're the selector. So choose to know. Because the thing is, if you keep going along with what other people are saying, instead of actually having your own experience and learning that way, you're going to keep like waffling just like anyone says anything. And you're going to be like, oh my God, this person says we have to spin 30 times under the light of the moon and spit into a cuckoo's nest before I can get my manifestation. Is that true? If you fucking say so, but wow, holy hoops to jump through. I wouldn't. I'm trying to revise having applied to a different college. Do you have tips on dropping the old story? You applied and you got in. You applied and you got in. Whatever needed to happen for you to get in, you got in. You're there. for persisting in it. I would also, like, if you want to look up other stories, people have shared like wild stories about that. It's literally the same thing for everything, guys. Just tell the story you want. And it's like, do you know the difference between being internally certain and like interacting in your third dimensional experience? I kind of like don't even care about saying third dimensional. I think that's just vocab that people have used. What would my... All right, I'm going to say with your projection of reality. Interacting with your current projection of reality. You are changing the current of energy you're moving through. You're changing the current moment, the present moment, right? So the more you hold on to that, the more this external projection shifts, right? So it's kind of like, have you seen the thing where it's like you add color to a glass of water, you add like food dye to a glass of water, and like the diffusion happens where it like becomes that color, and then you get clear water and you like start pouring it in, right? And then it takes a little bit for it to clarify. Not that long though. The only thing to do is hold your story and then it happens. But you keep jumping back to the story that the other thing is happening, so that's what you're fucking holding. Why? And if you're really like stuck on this thing and you want to have a conversation and see like where you can actually adjust, I got one-on-one options. You are your best creator and manifester. So like, remember that. Ask yourself within. And then if not, get a trusted person to reflect back to you how fucking powerful you are. But he is a bit distant though. Hold on, wait. So you said my SP is back, but he is a bit distant. If you say so, you could be saying, wow, he's so consistent and loving and, but no, you're decreeing right now, he's so distant. Do you see the problem, or do you want me to keep pointing it out? My birthday is in mid-July. Can I manifest something for myself by then? Yeah. Why? Now is the moment. You have it now. Stop, like, creating a time as an issue, right? You project time. You emit time. Time comes from your consciousness. People manifest things like death and rebirth, yes. I haven't shared stories on it because I haven't done it like personally. So if you want to, you can find other stories on it. I know Rita Kaminsky shared success stories on that. Kayla has shared stories on that. Flossie from Your Thoughts Create has shared stories on that. If you check out, I know Rita and Your Thoughts Create, they've posted that within this year. So whatever like success stories, you're going to see it in the description probably about reviving death. And then Kayla has shared 2 stories in like the last like 6 months. What are your opinions on reality shifting, parentheses, entering the void? Reality shifting and entering the void are not really the same thing. And entering the void is like the pure potential of possibility where there's no story assigned to anything from which you then select a story. Reality shifting is you're in one reality and then you're in another reality. Which, do you transition through a void in that sense? If you really slow it down, yeah. But usually, my experience is reality shifting happens so fucking fast that it's like, you can enter the void state though to detach from the old story and then go into the new story. It usually just happens so fast. You can enter the void at any time though for like, to receive information, meditation, etc. I love that. If anyone's like curious about that, I have a source and oneness meditation on the podcast, the Joy Channel podcast, that is really lovely. You're already perfect. For example, I want to manifest a past rejection so I could live in a reality where I'm in it. Well, that's very nice of her. The neighbor is doing the sidewalk. Aw, that's sweet. I'll just wait a second. Okay, anyway, sorry. Anything you want to manifest, literally, it's just like, decide that you have it. how do I decide? The same way you decided it wasn't working for you. The same way you decided that you hate broccoli. The same way you fucking decided that you like the color blue. You fucking decided it. If you are still questioning, how do I decide? Fucking sit with it and examine yourself. Some of you have not explored the mind yet, and it shows. Do that. You will enjoy your life a lot more, because then you will just be knowing things. How do I do this? Go within. Hold on, so I just approved that one. And I said, because I do get thoughts, I can simply decide that it is not the truth. It is just a thought, right? All thoughts exist. Infinite iterations of reality. Every single thought that could ever be thought exists. Just because it floats through my field of awareness, my singular perspective of awareness, does not mean I'm going to create my reality from it. The ones that you like, the thoughts that come to you that you like, you get to grasp and generate your projection from, which you had been doing unconsciously because thoughts were coming in and you were like, oh, this is true, this is real, this is happening. And then you focus on it and it like grew into this. Manifesting is easy, but a sweet version of him will take some time. Wrong. 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 Bad math. Bad math. Bad addition. What are you adding up? You're saying, why? Will take some time. You're taking time. Basically what you're saying is, I'm taking time to change my mind about this because I keep going back to the other story. Because it's so hard for me to just focus on what I want. Even if it does seemingly take some time, how long do you think it's going to take you to change your fucking mind completely? A couple weeks, a couple days, if you really focus? Less? It's you. He's not changing, first of all. You're not changing him. You're changing you internally. The version, and then the projection changes to match it. You got that? It's not like you have to like change him. Does that feel like less effort to you? Like, oh, I have to make this man who doesn't do what I want him to do suddenly want to do what I want him to do. No, you just select in your head. He naturally does these things. Wow, he just naturally is always so sweet to me. Is that not more easeful? Is ignoring time good? Because then if I said it happened now and then I didn't do it, do I still view? You emit time. Look at the word time. T-I-M-E. Backwards, that's E-M-I-T. You emit time. What you emit, who you're being, gets reflected back to you through time. You're literally just witnessing your state. And might I also add, literally you can tell the state that you're in by how you're labeling things. Like, someone could see this beautiful sunshine and be like, oh my god, it's so bright out. God, it's so bright. Ah, evil day star. Cool, that's the state of perspective that they're occupying. Someone else is like, oh my god, the sun is beautiful. That's the state that they're occupying. It's literally just like what you are having as your conscious perspective. I tripped out on weed once when I saw my thoughts literally building my world and identity around me. Exactly. Amazing. And that's the thing too, is like overusing anything can have it distort your perception a lot because you're not like filtering through your own just plain self. But like that consciousness is in general highly structured. You can even tell by the way the plant is shaped. But it's very structured, so it can show you things like that, which is cool. And then the point is to remember and integrate that into your daily life. It was just like, hey, do you see what's already here? You see what's here? This is how it works. Look at the building blocks. Look at what you're doing. Potential boss is doing a lot of wavering, manifesting being on a train Sunday morning to said job. Potential boss is you're doing a lot of wavering. Manifesting being on a train Sunday morning to said job. You went on the train Sunday morning and you got there effortlessly. The train trip was super nice. I feel so close to my manifestation. I keep saying angel numbers, but nothing is happening. Okay, I feel close to my manifestation, meaning I don't have it. I keep saying angel numbers, which means fucking nothing except what you say it does. and nothing is happening. Well, there you go. You're decreeing nothing is happening. Infinite iterations of reality in which everything in existence is happening all at once. The War of 1812 is happening right now. Your fifth birthday party is happening right now. And in every iteration that could have happened of it, the one you witnessed and the ones you didn't, your neighbor getting a blue truck instead of a red truck, all of it exists right now. Every single thing. And you're saying nothing is happening. Get your head out of your ass. Everything's happening. Stop decreeing nothing is happening. Everything's happening. Pardon me. I feel very emphatic today. I do get thoughts. I can simply decide that is not... Yeah, I answered that one. Woke up to SP telling me he misses me, guys. Just know it's yours. Love that, Strawberry. Grateful for the weather. Yeah. I'm grateful for the way the air feels on my skin right now. You know what I mean? It's just such like a lovely... And there's such like a light breeze that's like caressing me. I feel loved. I'm being loved up by the air right now. Get on my level. You know what I mean. Be happy. I have food money to buy things. Gratitude. Someone once said, treat people like NPCs. They can't do anything without you deciding or assuming. So where that can like be really unhelpful is like if you're detaching from love and care, right? Because it's like if you're just like, oh, that's just an empty person, like that's real dickish of you. Everyone is you. Don't you want like the most love and joy for all parts and all parties? So it's just like, NPC, by the way, means non-playing character. So like in D&D or something, it would be like you have your player characters. Those are your friends who each have characters. And then your DM, Dungeon Master, would be like, oh, here's a character that I've made up to interact with you guys, right? That's a non-player character. So you as the player are interacting with people. You could consider them an NPC if you want to, or you could just consider it, I select the version of them that plays through. It's still consciousness, it's still source energy, it's still pure love, it's still consciousness, so just select the consciousness you wish to interact with. But also, yes, they really don't do anything but reflect your state. It's reflecting somewhere from the current energy you are being, right? My psychedelic experience showed me to be, not do. I love that. Mine showed me you get to be comfortable. You get to just experience more pleasure and joy, which is already what I'd been doing, but at the same time, it's just like, hey, do it more. If you perceive NPC, then part of you is also reflecting that. I concluded on myself. Oh, interesting. Huh. I manifested perfect weather on 3 separate occasions where it was 100% predicted to rain. Yeah, I think weather is like one of the easiest things to manifest. I mean, it's all super easy, but weather is what I started practicing with when I was little. And I was anxious the whole time and just knew it would work out still. And that's the thing too, because anxiety is not more powerful than love. Anxiety is not more powerful than wisdom or consciousness. Anxiety is just a shadow on a cave wall. Aristotle, Socrates? Anybody? Socrates. Oh my god, the mower turned off and my mind just like blanked. Blanked out. Yeah. And I love that too, because it's like things that I have worried about, but I was just like, no, that's it. Doesn't matter. And that's because the energy of worry is nowhere near powerful enough to stop your choice. God, isn't that awesome? Everyone drink that in. You already have everything you desire, and you always will, as long as you want it. It always works for you. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, release all that tension. Any tension, just let it go. Imagine it evaporating out of your muscles and bones like mist. Feel good? Feel better? You got it. Whatever you want. Also, another thing is like people manifesting money, SP, homes, You're not running out of time. People feel like they're running out of time. You're not running out of time. You're running time through you, really. Have you thought about that? Time runs through you. You're not running through time, right? You are not a tiny speck running through an already rendered reality. It's rendering as you choose things because there's infinite iteration. So you're kind of like shifting through frames. It's so fun. Maybe I should see In Time movie through this lens. I don't know what that is or what you're talking about. I'm such an amazing manifestor. Yes, you are, baby. You super are. Also, guys, Olivia and I, Master Manifestors, are going live next Wednesday together. We're going to be live on her YouTube at 1 p.m. EST and then live on my TikTok at 2 p.m. I'm very excited. So just wanted to let y'all know about that. I'll be posting about it sometime soon. The one with Justin Timberlake. The one with Justin Timberland. Yeah. Timberlake, where they were on time currency. I remember that. I remember that movie. I don't think I would watch it again, though. Like, it was fine. It's not one of my favorite movies. We got our beautiful church bells today, guys. I've been live at 1 p.m. 3 out of 5 days this week, apparently, because I've heard the 1 p.m. church bells every time. What is a movie or show you would rewatch? Magic Mike 2 is one of my favorite movies because I love the dumb antics between the friends. They're like on a road trip to their last stripper convention. And it's like nothing really stressful happens in that movie. So it's like, and it's just, then there's like, you know, well, Channing Tatum's a great dancer. And then it's just like the other characters aren't really trained dancers. So that's always funny. But it's just like, I like movies where it's just like, there's not mental pressure there. Like, that's a movie. Oh, and Childish Gambino is in it. Donald Glover's in it. And yeah, it's like, that's a movie I rewatch because it's not, there's no pressure. It's just hilarious friend interactions. Like, they're dumb idiots on a road trip. But it's not stressful. I don't like watching things that add stress to my system because why would I? Why would I voluntarily suck in stress? Like the most stressful part of that movie is like their friend gets a concussion, right? Oh my god, it's not Gabriel Iglesias. That's a singer. What's his name? I can't remember his name. Oh my god, it's fine. Another movie I rewatch. I mean, obviously, like, I watch Star Wars and stuff and, like, Lord of the Rings, but, like, as far as, like, if I just want, like, brain off, I've rewatched Bridgerton a lot this year. Specifically, I've rewatched Season 4 a bunch of times. I've also rewatched Season 2 a bunch of times. I wasn't a huge fan of Season 3. I didn't like what they did to Colin's character. I thought it was, like, they could have written him a lot better. I rewatched The Princess Diaries the other day. That was fun. I hadn't seen that in like a decade at least, if not two. I'm trying to think, what else have I watched recently? Hercules. I don't watch a ton of things. Oh, I rewatched The Flash and Supergirl. I like superhero things because I also have magical powers. and it's relatable content. When SP does bring up old story, is it because it's still in my awareness or old story dying out? How good are you at stabilizing and not interacting with the nonsense, right? Even if you interact externally, you could be like, yeah, okay. And then internally you're like, no, this is how it is. You are the dominant force. They're just reflecting an old thing. And if you strengthen it in yourself and say, this is still happening, then you're having it still happen. What do you think about subliminals? I don't really care about them. I've enjoyed them sometimes. I had a story for a long time that they don't work for me. And then I decided that, you know what? Everything works for me, so subliminals can work for me too. And then I used one and immediately saw results in like 20 minutes, and it was really fucking funny. But everything is just a permission slip of your consciousness, right? You already have it and it's already you, so it's just a matter of you experiencing yourself in the having. Knowing what I know. Of knowing what I know now. So you probably were asking for like manifestation stuff. But I think what I said stands because I'm like, I like watching things that I feel good watching. I used to watch things like Bones and NCIS and like crime things. And that happened to be during a time in my life when I was also like wildly anxious and having a lot of stuff like that. So it's like the more images you watch and show yourself, like, I don't choose to have my conscious awareness do that. But what else? I've rewatched Bridgerton a lot this year. I really have been loving season 4. I rewatched Teen Wolf this year, and I enjoyed the first season is really funny, and then it gets really, like, it starts getting more stressful and serious. I finally watched the whole of the show, and I don't think I would rewatch it in that way. But I like season 1. So I would rewatch that because it's not like super stressful. Again, if it makes me feel stressed out and unhappy and I start having it, if it starts affecting my dreams, then it's like a no for me. Kind of like putting something in my body. If I have if my body doesn't like it, I'm not gonna keep forcing it into my body to like prove a point. Anyway. When SP does bring up old story, I answer that. I'm on romantic feel-good ones right now. Never cared for those, but I tune into that magical feeling. I love that. What to do if you look in the mirror and you don't see it yet? Yes, you do. Sure you do. You're the one that tells it what to do. You're like, wow, I'm so beautiful. I literally look in the mirror and I'm like, wow, my skin is so beautiful and perfect. I'm phenomenal. Gosh, my body is snatched. You know, whatever. You are the dominant force. Yeah, I decided that everything works for me instantly too, no matter what. Love it. Hey Rose, yesterday 3D showed me the complete opposite, but I stayed persistent in my decision. Great. You already have it. It's already yours. And I feel more confident than ever. Isn't that nice when it's like the opposite can be, you can experience quote unquote the opposite and you're like, nah, I still have it. And then it's like you slide on through like butter. Do you just feel the pain of the body to let it go? So it depends how present you are to it, and like also I would say the kind of pain as to how I would address it. But basically it's the same in that I will relax as much as I can, relax the muscles, breathe. If the story's coming up, I'm just like, if I'm really having an issue taking my focus away from it with however prevalent it is, like again, like I mentioned, depending on the pain, I'll start affirming for the next day, and I'll be like, I'll put myself in the next day and I'll be like, wow, I'm so glad I'm not in pain today. I'm so glad it went away. If I actually, you know what? I haven't been in that position in a while. So I think, oh my God, actually, no, hold on. That's so funny. It happened the other day and I completely forgot because I like so quickly shifted my attention. I'll tell you exactly what I did. I woke up and like, there was like something weird, a little weird in my back. And I was like, immediately I was just like, wow, my back feels so good. My back feels so good. It's amazing. And then internally I was like, I know it's going to be perfect by Thursday. And like yesterday was Thursday and I didn't even fucking notice it. Do you know what I mean? But it was just like so easy for me to just you know, go about my day, and like even if I would like bend a certain way and it would like be whatever, I'd be like, nah, it's perfect, my back is perfect. You know, I wasn't forcing myself into a position that was like causing it problems. But like as it came up, I was just like, wow, my back is perfect. Yep, I love that my back is so strong and perfect. My muscles are exactly. And I was like, wow, my body just shifted. This was just me shifting posture again, because my body was restructuring for the best way, because like I'm so gorgeous and I'm so snatched, and like this was just part of the restructuring. Make up a good story. And like I said, I realized last night I was in the hot tub and I was like, oh yeah, it's Thursday. I haven't fucking noticed back stuff at all. I'm so good. Meanwhile, 10 years ago, I probably would have magnified the fuck out of that and been like, oh my god, my back's out, I slipped, like whatever. So it's a matter of like, kind of like when a toddler falls, you know, if a toddler falls and you don't react to it, or you're just like, hey, how's it going? Hey, baby. Instead of being like, oh my god, you fell, right? And then they freak out because they think something's wrong with them. Just like, no, my body's restructuring, my body's reorganizing. I know why. It's because my my sandals, I've had them for like 3 years. I really love them. I got the Earth Runners, so it has like the copper wire for whatever in the strap. And I was walking in them the other day and I was like, you know, these are getting old. Like, I'll get a new pair, I guess, when these die. And then the next day, they died. The next day the strap came out of one of them and I was like, well, I guess I'm getting a new pair today. But because like I'm waiting for them to come, well, they're on their way right now. I'm literally getting them probably like tomorrow or the next day, which is great. But I was wearing like flip-flops to walk, and like I created a story about that. I got blisters from that, so I was just like making up stories in my head, and then my back was like, hey girl, what's up? So then I got to undo that and be like, nope, my back is perfect. My back is perfect. My back is just restructuring my posture. Actually, this is helping me. Oh my god, my tummy is so flat. Whatever, you know? Tell a better story. Is it bad to take action towards my manifestation and reaching out to SP? Do you want to reach out to them, or do you want them to reach out to you? If you want to reach out, if you want them to reach out to you, then you reaching out to them isn't what you really want. You know, you're trying to force it, trying to make yourself like stay on their mind instead of recognizing you're already on their fucking mind. You know what I mean? I was today tummy pain due to food mix, and I decided I feel perfect. It's just a lie. I took 10-ish. Yeah, and then some of the things where it's just like, no, my body's perfect in the moment. My body's absolutely perfect. Like sometimes, like when I was, like I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, I was walking and my like knee was bothering me. And then I just decided, I was like, wait, why am I telling the story that my knee's bothering me? And then I was just started walking. I was like, my knee's perfect. And then like a few minutes later, I just like noticed my knee again and it was perfect. So it's like, yeah, you can do it in a couple minutes. For whatever reason with the back, I decided, I was like, you know, it was Tuesday and I was like, it's going to be perfect by Thursday. So I'm not even going to worry about it. And then it was. Water is good to decompress it. I wouldn't even put that like consciousness towards it of like, oh, I'm in this water to decompress it. I was just like, I like being in the hot tub. I'm in there anyway at night, affirming or like doing whatever my like self-care ritual is. I got him a gift, but he's my ex, so I don't know if he will accept it. What's the story you're telling? What's the story you're telling? You want this person. I'm manifesting my SP. This person is my ex. Stop telling that story. You're with the person. Also, this is a thing of like, did you get them a gift so that they like... I want you to really examine where you're coming from right now and what story you're telling. I don't feel like getting into it. That's smart. I guess it's all in the story. Right. Yeah. Because if I was like, because I could have oh, you know, whatever. Could have done a lot of things. Nah, I was just like, no, it's all good. It's the muscles shifting. The muscles are just shifting. Whatever, it's fine. My back is perfect. I'm so strong. Helps me to add it's a lie. After 10 minutes, I felt great, but I didn't magnify the process. Yeah. It's just easy. It's like all literally the story you're telling. So it's like, tell a better story. Tell a better freaking story. My back is perfect. My body is perfect. Do you think time limits help manifest things faster, or is it just another assumption? I don't. Okay, so saying it's fine by Thursday was not me putting a time limit on it. That's not putting a time crunch. That was just me knowing my truth, if that makes sense. Because I wasn't going about it like, I'm going to affirm like crazy, and if it doesn't happen by Thursday, I guess it means I'm not a good manifester. That was not at all where the fuck I was coming from. I just was like, no, it's going to be fine by Thursday anyway. I'm not going to put like attention towards it. When it comes up, I'm just going to be like, wow, I'm so glad my back is so good. Like, you know? So it's like, that wasn't a time limit. That was just a time awareness, I guess. What helps me too is watching Stuntman go through crazy injuries, and he's just chill about it. Like, if he survived, I can too. I remember, like, hearing about Orlando Bloom falling, like, 3 stories or something, and landing on his back, and how he, like, the doctor said he was never going to walk again. And he's up and walking. And then I think Joe Dispenza too, something with his spine, where he, like, regrew his spine and stuff. And then I had the experience of being unable to be upright for more than a few minutes and choosing, like, my body being perfect. So I'm very confident with choosing my body. And I'm also, like, at the point too where I'm, like, not in a rush with, like, usually I'll be like, I have a very good body awareness and mind awareness. And I think really, like, yeah, I was just getting myself to slow down for whatever reason, because I'd been moving really fast. And it was like, all right, let's slow you down a little, reflect, come back to self, take ultimate care of self. If he survived, I can too. I love that. I really love this weather. It feels really, really good. And that's another thing too, where it was like, when I was shifting my spine and nerve damage and spine damage and muscle tears and allergies, like, I said, I'm going to do this until it's done. I'm going to do this until this is the dominant waveform. I'm going to do this until these are my autopilot thoughts. Because I had noticed my autopilot thoughts being, I'm in so much pain, right? So it was like, I had an inner knowing it was going to take no more than 3 days anyway. So I got to 18 hours and I was up washing dishes, feeling great. And I decided to just keep going the 3 days anyway, because it felt good for me to do that. Because I was, like, so solid on, like, this is my truth. This is what I'm choosing to be the dominant story. I'm choosing to make it the dominant thoughts that I'm having. Is my body's perfect, everything's amazing, and I love my life. I heal so fast. If I were ever to get injured, I would heal really fast from it, but I don't get injured anymore. Kind of things like that, you know? Like, just tell stories and then it's not a big deal, whatever happens. Can you put a percentage on your conviction of a specific manifestation? If so, what a pointless thing to do. Technically, it's like the dominant would just mean 51%, but, like, there's no way to measure that. The way to get it is to fucking experience it. If you're even bothering, worrying about it, it just means you are wasting your fucking moment being in the not having of it instead of being in the having of it. And why are you doing that? Why are you so obsessed with measuring instead of just being the one who has it? Be the one who has it and then you have it. Be the one who has it until you have it. What is that? Think as if you have it until you have it. Think as if you have it no matter what you see until you have it. That's all you have to do. Even though my spine and nerves were firing, I was just repeating, my body's always been perfect. relaxing deeper, not reacting to that, saying, nope, I know that it's the energy that fires through me that's forming me, so I'm going to keep telling it how to form. This is just how I'd been forming for the last 4 years, so it's okay if it takes a little bit of time. If it takes me a little bit of consistency to have this waveform overtake the other one and stop emitting the other waveform, right? It would come up on autoplay, not make a big deal. Oh no, I had this thought again. Oh no, it's fine, because I know what dominant means. It just means I make it the more frequent one, right? You hear about frequency, but people don't understand what that means. What is frequency? It is how many oscillations or something, how many oscillations of a wave happen in a sliver of time, really. If that's not the exact wording of it, don't come for me. But you know what I'm saying is, like, how frequently are you thinking this thing? How many of your seconds, how many of your now moments are you the awareness of having? Even if you're not having the conscious thought, is that your autopilot state of being, right? Because I might not have the consistent thought of, like, I'm always receiving money, but that'll be the truth of the reality I'm in. Do you know what I mean? I'm not having the consistent thought, my heart is beating, and yet it is. Oh, thank you. When you've reacted rudely to someone, do you just decide that it doesn't matter, or it depends on really, like, how you want to interact in your reality? Like, if you feel a desire and a need to have a conversation, you'll have it. It'll just be a natural, like, part of who you are. If you want to revise it, you can. I mean, I've done both. You can't get it wrong. You can't get it wrong. I'm going to say that again. You cannot get it wrong. So whatever you do is correct. If you want to deal with it externally, great. But, like, again, pay attention to where you're fucking coming from. I don't bother having external arguments. I do my best not to. And if I start, I'll fucking catch myself. Internally choosing someone realizes something is much easier, because then I don't have to have a whole fucking conversation about it. You know what I mean? Like, them receiving the wisdom and consciousness, then I don't have to chitter chatter externally trying to convince someone. When you're trying to convince someone, you're already coming from the belief that they don't believe or agree with you. So then you have to convince them. I'm not going to convince anyone of shit. I'm going to decide that they receive the knowledge. Also, going on hikes help because you don't have time to think about pain when you focus on finishing a steep trail. Whatever worked for you. For me, when I was, like, in the state of unable to move, I changed the story. Instead of saying I was unable to move, I decided to say, like, I can move anytime I want. I'm just choosing to lay here and luxuriate because I deserve it. And I was like, I can move. I'm just, like, choosing to lay here because I deserve it. And I've just done so much the last however many years that I really deserve this rest. And then I was like, I'm just going to go in my mind and imagine doing all the things and let my body experience it that way. So I replayed, like, running on the beach and, like, climbing mountains and stuff. That's also why I put that meditation in the Healthy State program. So there's, like, 8 audios in that. And one of them is physically experiencing, mentally experiencing your physical strength so that people can feel that body movement. That's up to you, babe. That's a you thing. What feels best for you to do? What's your most joyful outcome and decision? Infinite iterations. You can do whatever you want. That's not a me deciding for you thing. Also, it's like, what I like to, you can always just set the intention of, like, whatever conversation needed to be had to resolve this happened. And maybe it's not even a conversation for you, too. And also, like, were you actually rude, or was it, like, you know, you could always, you know, sometimes it's like, you will think you're being rude, and then someone will be like, what are you talking about? That didn't even register. I don't know what you're talking about. I literally don't know what you're talking about. I'm sure you've had interactions like that. Whatever. Oh my god, this air feels heavenly. I love it. Oh my gosh, it feels so good. I'm on a little like slider rocking chair thingy. Swing. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, well, I'm gonna go soon. A few minutes. Anyone got anything else? You can throw it in the chat. If not, if you love the way I teach and explain things, you would absolutely love the Select Your Reality course. It's 5 videos that are structured, guiding you through selecting a reality, as well as a workbook of like getting you to choose and structure things. Into Arizona, Utah. Is Arizona, Utah? Like, is that a city in Utah? Or are you saying, have you been to Arizona, the state, and Utah, the state? Either way, no. I have not been to either of those states. But I want to. One of my friends is from Utah. And, like, I know people in Arizona. I want to go to Sedona and I want to go to Phoenix. My boyfriend hung up on me to answer his friend while I was asking for advice. I feel that not listened to. Hi, JC. My boyfriend hung up on me to answer his friend while I was asking for advice. I feel not listened to. Okay, so what story is this reflecting? A story that you have about not feeling listened to? So this is just telling you who you've been being. You get to choose the story of I am listened to, I'm loved, valued, and cherished. So do you just watch positive? I don't know what the last half of that was supposed to be. I don't really watch a lot of things. What do I enjoy? I write a lot. So I like, right now I'm working on, it's almost done, like how thoughts affect your biology. And I'm also have manifestation for computer scientists, manifestation for computer programmers. So it's like, and when I do watch something, it's like I will occasionally watch something that's just like relaxing to my mind because I like do a lot of work that's like cognitive. Why would he hang up when I'm talking, though, to answer his friend? It's kind of disrespectful. Oh, you were on the phone with him. I thought you meant you were talking in person. Either way. That's a you thing, babe. What story is that reflecting? And if it's telling a story that you don't want, you get to just tell the story of like, you know what, he never does that. Great, now you have confirmation as to what you don't desire in interaction, you know? And you could even decide that he has the realization that that was fucked up and corrects it, right? Yeah, I don't know, like, why would he even do that, though? You tell me. You're the one that emitted that for your reality, right? Was it to show you that you don't like it? Is it because you're deciding that that's disrespectful? Can you also come up with an idea of a story where maybe it's because he was planning a surprise for you and his friend had the equipment and he needed to answer it right away? Fucking make up a better story other than tormenting yourself with it. Do you believe speaking into water and drinking it can absorb the affirmations? Everything is you. It's all consciousness. If you want to do that, fine. I mean, you're already water. You're fucking what, 70% water? You're speaking through you. You're programming the water you already are, right? Like, If you fucking want to do that, if you want to spin in a circle 5 times and shout at the sky, if you want to wear your underpants on your head and dance around, whatever you do, if you decide that it worked for you, it worked for you. It's all just, again, a permission slip. It's all just you saying like, oh yeah, I have it now. You can. Sure, I've done it. I'll speak into my water sometimes and drink it, but I'm also speaking throughout my day. I'm not saying that this works because I talked to my water. Everything is you. You can talk to your fucking plants too. You can do anything. Put it in your clothes. But again, it's not because of that, it's because of you. That answer helped me indirectly. I'm glad. Welcome, Candia. Candia. What a beautiful name. When I am not hearing from my man, I know it's because he's ring shopping and shore house shopping. Fuck yeah. Everything he does is to benefit me. I love that. Catching the story of origin that is showing as repetition and flipping it around to what's good. Yeah. Like, if you're noticing a repeated pattern, the call is coming from inside the house. The call is coming from inside the house. It's not like that happened independent of you. Why did he do that? Why did you do that? Why'd you do that? Why'd you choose that? Why'd you keep choosing that? Why are you perpetuating it? When are you gonna stop? You know, sometimes it's like not until you repeat a pattern enough time. Like for me, I kept getting injured. I kept getting injured and having a recovery and like recovering almost all the way, but then pushing myself into the next thing and then getting injured again, to the point where that woke me the fuck up, because I was like, this is like the 4th fucking thing in a row that has happened that finally left me like debilitated and unable to like be upright and moving, right? I literally got myself to the point where I couldn't fucking move forward until I realized what the fuck I was doing to myself. And then I examined that, changed those patterns at the fucking root, had that be the dominant story, and I stopped fucking doing it. Oh my God, you are your best solution. You are the one. You don't want the live to end ever. Oh my God. I love that. I am hopping off very soon. Oh, thank you for the gift, babe. I love it. Oh, that's the first gift you've ever sent? That's so sweet. I'm so grateful. It's almost as if manifesting is a practice of adulting, lol. Okay, let's think about it this way. You were a child. You came in, you had parents. Your parents were essentially your first gods, caretakers, the people who told you how the world worked, right? Your parents, your caregivers, whoever the fuck, teachers, told you how the world worked, and you said, okay, yes, chief, yes, captain. And then you took those rules about society, about shame, about whatever, and you ran them through your life until you kept getting the same results and couldn't go forward. And then you realized, you know what? These patterns didn't work for them either. So what do I want to choose? That's what happened to me. I was like, how come I keep getting like injured and pushing myself? Well, you know, I mentioned that my most common thoughts were, like, I hate my life and like my body, I'm in so much pain. But also the other thought was, I have to get up and do something. So if like, imagine running through you, I have to get up and do something. You lay down to rest, I have to get up and do something. Not letting yourself fully rest, I have to get up and do something. 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 What's the cumulative effect on a system? Just consistent stress, not enough recovery, right? And then also your self-worth being tied into what you do. So I kept getting injured to the point where I couldn't fucking move forward, because that pattern is not sustainable. I got to look at how it ran through my family, how my parents and everything, and recognize it didn't fucking work for them either. So then I was like, oh, what do I choose instead? I'm doing this because I enjoy it. I'm doing this because it feels good for me. I'm doing this because I'm inspired to do it. I had to reformulate how I was moving, like literally the origin of my movement. That's reparenting. So like adulting and manifesting that comparison, it's not bad, because what you're doing is you're recognizing the patterns you were gifted from your parents, the previous generation of consciousness, the consciousness that was previously generated, that then recombined and generated you, seemingly. got little bits from both woven in, and then your interactions in life that you added things to, until the point where you're like, oh my god, ooh, let's do something different. In terms of dropping the old story and accepting a new version of someone, I forget it all, but I don't want to bury it and say it didn't happen. Do whatever you want, dude. Do whatever the fuck you want. Like, everything exists in existence, so every iteration of reality has already happened. That means there's realities where people have said the most horrible things and the most wonderful things. There's the realities where you've gotten this role or gotten that role. Everything exists in existence, so really holding resentment for any of it is kind of wasted energy. Also, resentment is usually like you're looking again and realizing you deserved better. So then you choose in the now, actually, I'll receive this now. You don't have to bury it and say it didn't happen, but you can choose to paint from a different past if you want to. You don't have to. You do whatever you want. Is it normal to become so happy in yourself you don't even want SP anymore? That happens a lot because, like, if you were coming from wanting a person to fulfill you because you weren't feeling whole and complete on your own, and then you start realizing you are whole and complete on your own, and then you're like, well, I don't even need this now. I just feel so great. And then you can always decide if you want to be with that person, you want to be with a different person, you want to be alone for a while. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all you. How do you want to play your reality out? Almost says if one's desires was healing generational patterns from the family tree. Yeah, I have one of the poems in my book, my third book, Emit Time, Now One, because emit and time mirror, and now in one mirror, so like now's the only moment, so you already won. But there's a poem in there called Genetic History, and it's like, I talk about how it's like, if you think about everything as consciousness and information, you can look at your DNA as memory. Your DNA is genetic memory, right? What's a gene? A gene is just information. So it's the information, all the stored memory and information from your parents and their parents and their parents that recombine to create you in the thread of awareness you came from. But then also, reality's quantum, so you can always shift to have a different past, right? Shift to a different family history, shift to like whatever. It doesn't really matter. But the point is, like, when you become aware of the pattern that's been playing through again and again and again, that's really cool. Also, if you've ever had meditation, you've been meditating and you've asked to like witness the origin of a pattern playing, sometimes you'll get like brought through to like a past generation and you'll get to witness like memories like come through there, and you just allow it, right? People are like, how do you know you're not just imagining it? Bitch, everything's imagination. This is all the mind. You're just witnessing it play out. Like, are you kidding? Let's play. Image nation, a nation of images, or Image nation. That's a line of poetry I wrote, is like, imagination, I made this into my nation. Images displayed throughout creation, something like that. Probably, I don't know, well, whatever. Yeah. If you like consciousness and also rhymes, you would love my poetry books. They are so fun. Fabulous. All right, my loves, I'm gonna hop off. I will likely be on tomorrow. I might be on later, even this evening. Probably not until after 7, maybe after 8, and that's EST. But I make no promises for tonight because, you know. Yeah, so you heal tinnitus with manifestation. What you would select is that your ears are perfect. You don't have tinnitus, right? So it's like if you're saying, oh, I'm healing it, you're kind of keeping it in a state of healing instead of just being like, wow, it resolved itself. Wow, my ears are perfect. Wow, I don't have tinnitus. My ears have already been perfect. But my question, oh, Bob, I didn't see it. Let me find it. How to manifest friends and social life ASAP. Okay, I love doing this. I'm great at this. I'm great at everything, but okay. So how do you want to feel in your being, in your body, when you're with these friends? if you don't go in by feeling, I'll share this in a couple different ways. I'll share it feeling, I'll share it mentally. It's all consciousness, so it's all perfect, right? But if you can just feel in your body, like, how do you feel? You feel relaxed? You feel happy? Great. Now, over here, what are you talking about with these friends? We're talking about fishing, or we're talking about consciousness, or we're talking about Screenwriters Guild. Cool, whatever. Witness that, know that, and then feel it's done. And then you can state something like, wow, I met them this week. Wow, isn't it cool? I already met my friends this week. I met them at like some event, or like they just came right up to me, or whatever, slid into my DMs, whatever you want to say. It's like, wow, I met them. I have so many great friends. And you can always be like, wow, this old friend reached out to me and like we connected on a whole new level of awareness. Another way you can do it is just simply to like know it. Just be like, wow, I have so many great, wonderful friends. And then again, being like, what do you guys talk about? What do you connect about? I have so many wonderful, fulfilling friendships. I love how we connect. I love that it's exactly what I wanted. I feel so nourished in these friendships, whatever. And then it's done. You're done. You're done. And then every time it comes up in your awareness, you're like, I have the most wonderful friends. It comes up, I'm so lonely, I have no friends. Nope, I have wonderful friends. I don't know what you're talking about. I have the best friends ever. Yeah, I'd love if they came back and apologized, but not as the version of them. So they did come back, and of course they apologized because that was the resolution of whatever story got to occur. And y'all are just perfect now, and it's great. And you didn't even need an apology, but it just made narrative sense for the story. Whatever. Tell a good story, guys. You guys are such creative writers. Be a creative writer. I will. All right, I'm going to answer these last couple questions and then I'm dipping. How can you manifest someone else for someone? Do I manifest them divorced for some person? You could just be like, they're with the perfect person for them. They're in the most beautiful, loving relationship, right? And then either that relationship can restructure, or they will end up with a new person, right? Wow, they're in their perfect relationship right now. It's the perfect relationship. They have exactly what they need. They're in perfect partnership. They're so happy. And then, like, you can do whatever you want. Like, just be like, wow, they're in their perfect partnership. Done. You can overhear them telling you that, too. Like, oh, my God, I'm so in love with my person. Aw, thanks, babe. How can you manifest... No, I read that one already. I feel so free knowing we're the creator of reality. Isn't it just so wonderful? I love it. It changed my life. I went from being miserable and in pain all the time and continually getting injured to, like, being the thriving, wonderful person you see today, who has tons of beautiful paintings and poetry books and music, and is just the most effervescent creator you ever did see. All right, my beautiful beings, this live is going to be uploaded onto my YouTube. So if you want to catch the replay, you can follow me through the linky tree, and also you can check out my podcast and all that jazz if you want to hear more of me. So goodbye now. You are wonderful, you're beautiful, and you deserve everything you desire. In fact, if you desire it, it's because you already have it. Have a good day.